From calming storms to raising the dead, Jesus performed miracles that amazed everyone. Stay tuned to see the top 10 miracles that show God's power. Number 10. Turning water into wine. At a wedding in Cana, Jesus turned water into wine, showing his power and deep compassion. This was the first recorded miracle of Jesus Christ at a wedding in Cana. When the wine ran out, it would have brought embarrassment to the hosts. Jesus asked the servants to fill jars with water, and it miraculously became wine. Number 9. Healing the blind. Jesus restored sight to the blind, bringing hope and light to their lives. Jesus met a man who had been blind since birth. Instead of ignoring him, Jesus made mud with his saliva, placed it on the man's eyes, and told him to wash in the pool. Instantly, the man received his sight. This miracle symbolizes spiritual sight. Just as Jesus opened the man's physical eyes, he also opens our spiritual eyes to truth, faith, and understanding. Number 8. Feeding the 5,000th with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Jesus fed over 5,000 people. A large crowd followed Jesus into a remote place, and they had nothing to eat. With only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, Jesus prayed and multiplied the food until everyone was fed. There were even 12 baskets of leftovers. This miracle teaches that God can multiply even the smallest resources. Number 7. Walking on water. Jesus walked on the water, showing his authority over nature. During a storm, the disciples were terrified in their boat when they saw Jesus walking toward them on the sea. Peter even stepped out of the boat and walked briefly before fear caused him to sink. Number 6. Calming the storm. A terrifying storm couldn't shake Jesus. He calmed the winds and waves with just his words. Disciples' shocked expression as a violent storm shook the boat. The disciples panicked while Jesus slept peacefully. When they woke him, he simply spoke, and the wind and waves became calm instantly. This miracle shows that Jesus has power over chaos and fear. It reminds us that even when life feels overwhelming, divine peace can silence every storm. Number 5. Raising Lazarus. After Lazarus had been dead for 4 days, Jesus brought him back to life. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days when Jesus arrived. Many believed it was too late, but Jesus called Lazarus out of the tomb, and he came back to life. This miracle reveals Jesus' power over death itself. It also shows that no situation is too late or too hopeless when God intervenes. Number 4. Healing the paralyzed man. A man unable to walk was carried to Jesus. With faith, he walked again. Jesus forgave his sins and healed him instantly, and he walked home. This miracle teaches the importance of faith and persistence. It also shows that Jesus heals both physical and spiritual conditions. Number 3. Healing the leper. Jesus touched a man with leprosy, and he was instantly healed. Lepers were rejected and isolated in society. Yet, when a leper approached Jesus in faith, Jesus touched him and healed him immediately. This miracle demonstrates compassion and acceptance. It shows that no one is too broken, rejected, or unclean to receive God's love and healing. Number 2. Casting out demons. Jesus freed people from evil spirits, showing his divine authority. Jesus encountered a man possessed by many demons living among tombs. The demons recognized Jesus' authority, and with a command, he cast them out, restoring the man to peace and sanity. Meaning, this miracle proves Jesus' authority over spiritual forces. It shows that divine power is greater than darkness and fear. Number 1. Resurrection. The greatest miracle. Jesus rose from the dead, conquering sin and death for all humanity. After being crucified, Jesus rose from the dead on the 3rd day. The tomb was empty, and he appeared alive to his followers. This is the greatest miracle in Christianity. It represents victory over sin and death, and it is the foundation of Christian faith. The resurrection gives believers hope, eternal life, and assurance of God's ultimate power. Subscribe for more Bible stories.